Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Dancing with the Doctors 2018. Please welcome to the stage the Master of Ceremonies for tonight's event from WMOA Radio, Johnny Wharff. How many people have been here all 3 years? Guess I better not repeat any jokes then, right? This is my 3rd year as well, and I feel very blessed to have been asked to be a part of this. I came down here earlier today just to stand on an empty stage and with an empty house, so that I had a full appreciation for what it was like when this place is full. And so it was really nice, not quite as nice as it is now, but I thought I was by myself, so I was up here on stage, and I was kind of going over some things, and I heard like a sound from row 8 or H or whatever it is out there, and it was dark, so I went down there, and there was this dude laying out there, like across 4 chairs. He looked like he'd been in his cups a little bit. And so I said, hey buddy, you might want to get out of here. We got a big show tonight. And where did you come from? And he said, the balcony. So I only, be careful. And I apologize for the glare up there. They asked me if I wanted makeup downstairs, and I'm like, I'm not really a makeup guy, but I should have had them done a little extra face on top so that I'm always looking up and out at the same time. Hoverboard, my wife says, not the best idea you've ever had. And I thought, well, if something goes wrong, at least it won't be hard to find a doctor, right? But like our dancers tonight, I needed a little bit of help, and so I would like to thank my daughter who's in the crowd tonight. Sailor Wharff was my teacher on the hoverboard. How am I doing, honey? Oh, jeez. That is not funny. I'm really a child of the slinky era, so they don't make them anymore. Not the real ones, not the real steel metal ones that I liked. But I do know some people that are kind of like slinkies to me. They're really not worth much of anything at all, but they're still fun to push down the steps and watch them go end over end. So I asked my daughter about this hoverboard, because hoverboards, Xboxes, and fidget spinners, I don't really get it. I just don't get that stuff. I'm like a slinky, twister, jacks, marbles, and jarts. Do you remember jarts? The big pointy end? And so I wanted to do something to impress my daughter right out of the gate. And it's not, I don't dance. I'm a pretty average hoverboarder, but so have you ever seen this bottle flipping? They flip the bottles and they try to land the bottle. It just drives me nuts. They sit around and flip bottles and try to land them, right? And I said I would never do that, but I lied, because when I was down here by myself today, I tried it, and I landed it, and I cannot lie about it, because there is no other way that it could end up where it ended up, and I know I'm going to get in trouble, because it might be there for the rest of the history of this place, but I got it right out here. And I would only add to my daughter, take that. You've been served. So we have what I would consider real entertainment tonight. They are dancing doctors, and before I need one of them, I'm going to get off this thing, and oh, she didn't teach me how to get off of it. I'm going to get off this thing and bring out the proprietor of McDonald's, Laurie Strahler. That wasn't it. It was entirely. That's all right. I'm all right. enough that I didn't mean to do that, and you get Devaki Siva had to catch me, so that made it even worse, but she's okay too. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing ever happens until it gets started. This was started by Laurie, and we thank her for that, and she'd like to say a few words.
Thank you. I hope he's all right. You didn't see what happened back there. Thank you. I hope you all have had a dream come true, because this is one of those for me. It began as a wild idea many years ago, and the response of this community to support the Dancing Docs and of course Ronald McDonald House Charities has been epic. An event like this takes many, many good-hearted people. My family, friends, Johnny, this would not be a show without Johnny, right? The generous sponsors who donated money and services so we could be here in this beautiful theater. Please help us thank them when you see them, and especially to the docs, who have been very competitive, secretive, and a pleasure to work with. The instructors, and most of all, to Brian Anderson. Brian works tirelessly helping me put this event together, is in charge of the fantastic team of instructors, and his day job is running my business office for McDonald's of Marietta. Thank you, Brian.
Laurie, I think that we shared a little bit last year, and yet it continues to come up that some folks, and you all have been here, most of you have been here before, and you know that this is Dancing with the Docs, but we continue to hear from people that think it is Dancing with the Dogs, okay? And so, how do you answer that question? I mean...
I don't know, it's so hard, you just can't believe how many people think we're saying dogs.
So last week, I think it was the Humane Society, and they had the little dogs down here, and I thought it might become part of this, and it might in the future.
Oh,
but
yeah.
What do you call a dog with no legs?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter, he's not going to come to you anyway, right? Or you could call him cigarette and take him out for a drag every night. All right, that's Tell me about tonight's cause is the Ronald McDonald House.
Yes.
Can we talk a little bit about that? That's probably would be better to talk about that.
Yeah. I'll try to do that. Our charity, Ronald McDonald House Charities, has touched many lives. This year we wanted to share our proceeds with two houses, Columbus and Charleston. Because in 2017, 188 families from our community stayed at these houses to find comfort and love when they needed it most. In 2016, Dancing with the Dogs raised $49,000 for the Charleston House, which was being built at the time. And I'm very proud to say that because of your donations, not only is it complete and beautiful, but we have 2 rooms there named after Dancing with the Dogs. You also have made a tremendous difference by donating your change to Ronald McDonald House Charities. Last year, at the 4 Marietta McDonald's alone, you put your change in our RMHC canisters. This is shocking. It gave a total of $12,640. Let's watch what a difference we can make.
517 is your change. This is for years ago. Okay. And 646. Thank you.
The day I found out about Emily's diagnosis, I went in for a routine ultrasound. The tech found a hole in her heart. I remember calling my husband crying, saying, "Her heart is broken, it's broken." On May 16th, Emily underwent her first open heart surgery. She spent 3.5 months recovering in the ICU. I never, in a million years, thought that I would ever have to utilize the Ronald McDonald House. And I will be the first to admit that I walked past a coin collector several times and didn't drop my change in. Not anymore. We were welcomed with open arms. It was an instant connection, an instant family. To me as a mom, it meant the world that I was able to stay so close to her. And she was never alone. Thank you from the Chapkauskas family.
Gracias.
Thank you from the Davis family.
Thank you from the Vaughn family.
Thank you.
My name is Alli Strahler, and my son, Ethan Barnhart, was diagnosed with leukemia 3 years ago in Columbus at Children's Hospital. During the past 3 years, one of our biggest blessings has been the Ronald McDonald House. We have stayed there 20 and 30 times in the last 3 years. Ethan gets a lumbar puncture once every 3 months, and at one point he was getting them sometimes 3 times a month. It also requires IV chemotherapy. So we decided to break the day up into 2 days where he would get his IV chemotherapy. We would stay the night at the Ronald McDonald House, and then the next day we would wake up and he would get his lumbar puncture. So they've been a huge blessing for us to be able to give him the break of breaking that up into 2 days. My kids absolutely love the Ronald McDonald House. Ethan asks us to stay there every time that we travel to Columbus. It's like a vacation for him. One of the best parts about the Ronald McDonald House is that they try to make the kids feel as much as a normal kid as they can while they're there. They have Lego rooms and they have a play kitchen. When Ethan was diagnosed, the Ronald McDonald House allowed my dad to stay there for 2 weeks while we were admitted on the 12th floor. So they were very concerned about keeping our family close during this hard time, which we are very thankful for. When you're going through something as hard as your child having cancer, it's been great to have a place that has been a soft spot to land for not only us but Ethan as well. It's been an incredible opportunity to be able to stay close to the hospital during this hardship for him. It saved us a lot of traveling. We've gone up there before snowstorms were supposed to come when he needed chemo the next day. They've just been so great to us, and they've welcomed us the same from day one to now. While we've been at the Ronald, there's not only kids with cancer, but there's kids with going through all kinds of things, and we all have one thing in common, and that's the love, the support, and the comfort of the Ronald McDonald House. So when you put your change in at McDonald's, you're truly making a difference. For any donation, all of the families, including mine, we truly appreciate everything.